Dobra, siemaneczko, z tej strony Wesu i zapraszam na gameplay z Mafia The Old Country. I będziemy grać już 8 sierpnia 2025 roku.
Life working in the sulfur mines.
Sold to the mine owners at this point.
The story pulls you through. Really forget that their characters rendered in an engine. They just
to make these areas feel alive.
really familiar. Players are really going to enjoy that aspect.
Wygląda
of it.
naprawdę
Our engine
ładnie.
as a means to make something of
Wygląda
himself.
naprawdę ładnie graficznie. Tutaj widzimy jakieś jaskini. Bardziej takie ciemniejsze,
There's very
mroczniejsze
little
tereny.
reference that's of the animators. Everybody brings something to.
It's a premium experience in the vein of early Mafia games.
With guns, and we wanted the combat to feel like there was a scarcity of resources, so you have to be more tactical in the way that you approach combat. The knife has been
We take the animations and the models that we've created and give them a real solid
No, ładne
sense in the world.
budynki, miasto ładne,
absolutely
fajne.
Or the ultimate. This is the
Efekty strzelania nawet fajne, nawet dobre, w miarę realistyczne.
trigger.
Serio, reklama musiała mi wyskoczyć.
Every single car is
Wow,
created
ale
by a
fajne
craftsman.
samochody.
So every car's got a kind of a hand-built, it's a kind of a hair-raising experience.
Our goal was
Feeling to
Takie
it.
bardzo stare samochody, fajne.
The cars are
Podobały mi się takie samochody. No,
a big role in our project.
ale będzie grane.
Tradition
we're also
Będziemy
at
grać.
a time
sounds as authentic as. Fortunately,
Ładnie to wygląda naprawdę.
And as such, it's both a step forward and a return to the fundamentals of the franchise.
So we can reflect how real system.
we want, and it allows people, I think, to really suspend their disbelief and go along for the ride.
Hopefully, a very
na koniu
memorable
można też
intro.
jeździć.
And we can put a lot more.
the setting. It's about the
And Sicilian culture almost
longs to drink deeply of life.
it's about the characters.
Still is how diverse it is.
Także będzie trochę
That's
różnorodności
nature.
na piesze chodzenie, jeżdżenie konno, jeżdżenie sportowymi samochodami i bardziej pewnie takimi luksusowymi, trochę wolniejszymi samochodami. I też pewnie takimi bardziej masywniejszymi, jakieś takie bardziej vany, coś takiego bardziej, pewnie.
Never coming back.
I think that's the level of immersion that
Live in that world.
Don Torrisi looks out for people around here.
There's a notable improvement in visual fidelity.
You have a name. Enzo. All right, Enzo. Let's go.
Is maybe even more naive and fresh-faced than we see him in the game. Enzo is beautifully rendered in the game, and I think he's one of the most compelling.
My friends, my family, my beautiful daughter, Isabella.
Story. It's really important that those characters do feel believable.
He's trying to figure some of this stuff out in the same way.
Who are you?
Sono Enzo. I work here.
Get to choose what we
You can choose who we are.
Technology, very good facial expression.
Players are as they encounter him in the game. Ricardo
Has been really, really amazing. It's a real pleasure to watch.
People might talk.
And what would they say?
the way
What are you doing here?
Looking for Luca.
How is he here? Sticking around where you don't belong would be the last thing you do. Capisti?
In Mafia, the Old Country,
Sometimes the client is feeling less than cooperative and we
Teach them a lesson.
remind them of their obligations. We need to,
Commitment
Rewolwer.
With a linear narrative set
the characters' relationships with each experience, each other, the way they behave, is very much influenced by that setting and that cultural difference.
this is a distinctive experience.
We have a traitor.
It's about the story. It's about
No, wygląda to wszystko naprawdę dobrze, no. Jestem ciekaw, czy będą jakieś takie błędy małe, na przykład jakieś małe lagi, bugi, coś takiego. Albo na przykład, nie wiem,
I won't let you do this
coś nie tak pójdzie z, nie wiem, z grafiką czy coś, tak jak na przykład w Stalkerze dwójce. Chociaż Stalker 2
Dangerous guy.
to no,
he
porażka była,
also
jeśli
has
chodzi o
this-
te lagi, bugi i niedopracowanie od strony producentów i za szybkie wydanie gry. Jestem ciekaw, czy będzie tak samo z Mafią. Mam nadzieję, że nie.
Of course. Don't worry.
Became our business.
Game in the franchise.
This is between us.
If this is how he wants it, this is how it'll be.
Setting's completely distinctive. Our story's completely unique.
The Dons noticed you, Enzo. Loyalty is everything.
We do not always.
Loyalność
He
to
died
wszystko.
for my father, for his honor.
This is how it'll be.
Do.
It's a time-honored tradition steeped in secrecy, and there's this sort of deep honor that we see within the Teresi family. And
Widzimy podobne lata
Enzo.
jak do Red Dead Redemption 2. Może nawet te same lata.
Facial hair.
Betrayal burns because it can only come from someone close. An enemy
Chociaż
can
nie,
hurt you
bo
like a friend.
tutaj w Mafii 1 kończy raczej później trochę niż w Red Dead Redemption 2, bo w Red Dead 2 nie mogliśmy jeździć samochodami jeszcze. Także tutaj późniejsze lata raczej. Tam tylko konno mogliśmy i pociągiem, z tego co pamiętam. Samochodów jeszcze nie było, tylko takie bryczki były z koniami,
These
ale
kind of sounds
samochodów jeszcze
really
nie było.
In Mafia old country, it can have more than 1 million triangles.
The world.
Not sure where to start
Znowu
when searching
reklama,
for your
co
next
jest?
home. That's why Bayut created
często
True
reklama.
Broker. Top
I think the sound design in any video game gives
Adjustments on the fly. This is a tool that
Tu
gives
pisze
us
Sycylia
Mafia is a
1900
game
rok.
that's always defined by its cinematic presentation.
time feels really unique and
No
different.
S, czyli
But yet,
The town.
że te lata,
And
nie
it
do
was sort of
końca musi
collaboration
być
between
1900, ale że mniej więcej te lata 1900.
The vibe is
1900
completely unique.
któryś.
Real game world such as street
przykład.
musicians or miners in the song and the vibe that we want to achieve.
the music underscores
But this
Także
new game,
no, trochę
the
czasu
cities
przed
look
pierwszą
beautiful
wojną
and
światową.
consistent in
Ale Red Dead,
the music in a way
Red Dead
makes
2
the
nie
graphics
pamiętam
look
jakie
much
lata
better
były.
than they would be
Raczej nie
otherwise.
1900, raczej 1800 któryś było,
There is as well the diegetic music.
in the art.
z tego co
allows us to
pamiętam.
make sure that we've
when I say to someone 1900 Sicily, where does their mind go?
will sound and feel very different from going to a market.
But it just reacts to it.
We are trying to create
Rural.
The landscape is always a character in any Mafia game.
Ambition to make sure that this is
Vistas, it's about the vehicles, it's everything.
I think one of a bunch of children.
Essence of Sicily.
I went with a team of artists to go to Sicily.
We've really been able to push the boat out.
It allows us to tell that story in a way that we
In our game, the ambience
It's against the stunning, authentic backdrop of 1900 Sicily.
Place where the Mafia began. It was important that the game has the same production value.
Painstakingly created with
Those.
using Unreal Engine 5.
Of the soundscapes that you will hear throughout the country.
with some other engines.
in a past title.
they need to be immersive. That's why we
Supermind singing their labor songs. All these are songs.
recorded many voice lines with a
The utmost authenticity and detail.
Sicily, and it's particularly suited to the Sicilian setting.
Players with something that they haven't seen before.
It's about the music. It's
in substance designer that allows us to have.
the game's always been attractive. We've always had great art.
Just got the diversity of the environments that
Dobra, no i koniec gameplayu. Takie widzieliśmy często przerywki komentarzowe od strony tutaj tego nagrania z The New Mafia The Old Country gameplay footage, bo to był bardziej cały gameplay, footage całego gameplayu niż bardziej thriller, czyli skakali, tak jak to powiedzieć, nie wiem, No ale chyba wiecie, o co mi chodzi, czyli robili takie przerywki i żeby tylko po prostu cały jeden footage, prawie 10-minutowy zrobić z gameplayu mniej więcej, a mniej właśnie traileru i mniej gadania, czyli te gadanie i było takie, skakali z jednego tematu na drugi i bardziej do gameplayu się przyłożyli z tym tutaj nagraniem. Dobra, to by było na tyle. Tak jak powiedziałem, zagramy w Mafia The Old Country już 8 sierpnia. Zapraszam na kolejne odcinki, kolejne filmiki. Do zobaczenia. Cześć.